Hello, my lovely Leo collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign. Welcome to your Timeless True Love read being recorded in September 2021. I am your reader, Angelo, Lyons, Mal for short, professional witch, professional intuitive, president of Drawing the Circle Productions since 1998, author of Words of Grace, from a professional witch, available on Kindle, the Archangel of Lyons, Angelo Lyons, but you can call me Mal. Hey, my lovely Leonines, it's Timeless True Love reading again, Path of True Love reads. I did a video, a preface to the Timeless True Love read, so I don't have to explain it every single time. Do check it out if you haven't. True love, I will say though, is your spiritual path, your soul's journey, your hero's journey, your healing path, however you want to see that, through the lenses of your many relationships in many different forms in this lifetime, and particularly when you are watching this video. They are not all romantic sexual. I go into that in the video with a preface to all of this, but do know that as you heal in your relationships, helping each other heal, learning how to heal yourself, that's what the path is about, becoming the true love that you are. Imagine the masculine principle of truth, light, and the feminine principle of love, sound, joining together in one unity. That's what we truly are, right? And our relationships here in this world are to help us remember, opposite really of dismember. We've got away. We remember, we join within ourselves, and certainly that's going to have an effect on every relationship in your life, including your relationship with your body, your relationship to money, all that jazz. So that being said, it is a general read. Please take what resonates, leave what doesn't, and check your other signs, because maybe this one will be romantic, maybe it won't, but chances are one of your other signs will. And I got plenty on the plenty of cards on the table. We're going to do 25 cards in this essentially a Celtic Cross spread with some extra fun stuff thrown in to get you the clues, tips, and hints, like GPS, where you are in terms of where your soul needs to be, and it will get there on time. Well, don't trust me. Trust the divine plan, because that's all on you. I'm doing my best, right? Alright, so all the decks that I read are always in the bottom of the description box. I just did a reading, one of these, for a client this past week. You know, a personal read is just different, because you can ask me questions and we can go in. So if you would like to do that, there is a video as well in the description box, booking a reading with Mal, explaining what goes on in a reading and how to do it. It's not hard, but we have to pick like what video platform and all that stuff. So this way at least you know what you're walking into. Otherwise, both feet on the floor if you can. Focus on your breath if you will. I will do the same to get you the clarity, guidance, and grace that I can for us. I am, by the way, Leo rising, Mars conjunct, so I try and stay out of my reads, but I kind of gave up on it. It's holographic. Boogie, oogie, oogie. All the decks that I read are always in the bottom of the description box, along with some Vimeo on-demand stuff that I have down there if you would like to check out the Path of True Love workshop that I did many years ago. I marked it down so that people can see it. I guess that's about it. I'm done explaining. Aren't you done hearing explanations? Let's let the cards hit the table. Please take a nice deep breath. As we're going to start laying down the bones of this reading with two Caroline Mace archetype cards. One for you, who will be on this side. One for whoever is crossing your path. Think of it as the 8th chakra computer program running. Right, the 8th chakra hovers over the head, affects every other energy system below it, including the other chakras. And on top of that, we will lay our Celtic Cross. One more nice deep breath. This is the big one. This is you, right? And it may flip-flop, right? And cross watchers and all that. You do you. So I call upon the collective pantheons of angels, archangels, goddesses, gods, ascended masters of true love, the higher selves of all involved, and the totems and spirit animals for the Leo collective. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs watching this video, receiving this reading, my beautiful pantheons of the divine of true love. Please, what is the dominant 8th chakra archetype for the Leo collective? Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs watching this video, receiving this reading. The Scribe archetype of the 9 families. It is in the creative family of archetypes. And the little thing I always hear with that, like in the back of my head, is keep the receipts, right? Again, make sure you've got receipts on anything, because obviously the scribe, at least if you think in a more ancient sense, is about writing stuff down, or at least copying from one to another, like one old book into, you know, the words in one book into another. Back when parchment was the thing. There's shadow and light on here. These archetype cards are important. They're giving you indications about what you're actually healing, alchemizing, forgiving, transforming within you on the path, which is what the path is really about. Everything else is characters, costumes, and set dressing. So the shadow attribute, altering facts or plagiarizing others' work. Don't. Not with people will sue over copyright laws in the blink of an eye now. The light attribute, however, preserving knowledge and information. So certainly you can do that in a way that nobody knows about, right? Anonymous blogging, vlogging, right? Journaling, whatever. Get Google Docs, right? Log it up with a password. So interesting, right? So let's see who's crossing their path, please. My collective pantheons on the path of true love. This Leo with the scribe, maybe this is them, because it may go back and forth. So please, one card in clarity. Who's crossing their path? What's their dominant 8th chakra archetype? You're making me work for it, or you're making them work for it. And I think it was one worth waiting for. You are dealing with an action family archetype. Now, to be clear, it's not like you're a scribe and they're a liberator. These are the soul powers. It's not that you are these archetypes, you have these archetypes, different than you think you have a soul. You are a soul. You have a body with archetypal patterns. So a wisdom and an action family lesson here, and I'm kind of digging it. Now, the shadow side of any archetype is toxic, but the liberator archetype in relationships is particularly nasty in its shadow, imposing your own tyranny over those you claim to liberate. Now, try to control a Leo. Right, we're going to do what we're going to do. I mean, I'll make it look that way at least. I'm a Virgo with a plan and a Pisces moon to find the right current to do it on. Ignoring legitimate constraints. That's probably the more valid here. And let's talk about that real quick before we go into the light, because that really annoys me. Like I said, Virgo, boundaries, right? We are living boundaries, less than the Capricorns. Ignoring legitimate constraints. And the thing that always comes to mind is if you know someone's in recovery and you go to a party and you see someone going up to the person that you know is in recovery, it's like, come on, have a drink, wow, or whatever it is. And if they don't know, that's one thing, right? And then it's up to the person to say, no, I'm 12-stepping, whatever the process is. I don't drink anymore. I'm trying to blah, blah, blah. You know, at a party, you do the best you can. But if they're like, oh, come on, right? Get them in a headlock, right? Noogies. You tell them the youngest of 4 kids. Then that's, you know, come on, I'm going to set you free. No, you're ignoring legitimate constraints. The light attribute, freeing yourself and others from outmoded beliefs, releasing negative thought patterns. You see with the scribe, do you see how that goes well together? This could be a very wise, active, creative endeavor. Let's keep going. Let's see. Daughters of the Moon Tarot, 10 face down, classic Celtic Cross pattern, I guess you could say. What's going on inside? Heart, throat, third eye, crown. You got the 8th. Now we're looking at the next 4 down. Breathe. As I call upon my god, this feels good. I call upon my goddesses of fire. Yeah, Path of True Love reads are not always demons and dragons, you know, villains and backstabbers. Not always that. Please, 10 cards face down for the Leo Collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs watching this video, receiving this reading. We've got a scribe and a liberator here. Again, they're going to have to feel out, because you can have both of those archetypes in a Path of True Love reading. So, you know, guide them. Get us as much clarity, guidance, and grace as we can for the Leo Collective on the Path of True Love. Let's start with them, the scribe. What's going on? Heart, throat, third eye, and crown. Crossing their path, the liberator. What's going on with them? We'll explain that, because it can be like how they're vibing this way, or at least how they're coming off. You'll see. What's at the core of this, the unconscious, subconscious influence, or something that's really both of them might know if they're very in tune with their interior worlds. How about what's behind them? What got them, the Leo, to... No, that's 2 cards. That's how I know it's not the right card. 1, please. For the Leo collective and on the path. What brought them to where they are with this Scribe archetype on the path of true love? Please leave the card in my hand. Thank you. It clicks. Very visceral, but I'm a Virgo, I would be. Crown chakra of the path here. What's going on in the crown? Right? What's orbiting? The thing that probably they have the free will. Everybody has free will. But the free will to spit, swallow, or chew on this. Are they going to bring this into form? Or are they going to... What are they going to do? What crowns this read? What is before them on the path, just around the bend, so to speak, as a result of that choice, that decision, that free will? What is the lesson, the universal learning template? What are the gods and angels trying to teach them, at least on the inside, from the point of view of the world, the horizontal plane? How are they coming off? Heart, throat, third eye, crown, the Leo themselves in this situation. Their destiny, hewn from fate, taking the hero's journey regardless of what type of relationship this is. What's going on in their destiny? Their hopes and fears is what they most hope for, but what they're most terrified they're going to have to go through to get. True love takes a warrior's spirit for sure. At least the warrior archetypes, that's 2. Yeah, they're being a little picky with your cards, and it's not that humid here. I put on the AC in between reads. So please, what's going on in their destiny? That's really important. My position is really key. If you can see where you are GPS on the larger journey, which is what the whole reading is about, but that's fate to destiny, led to gold, right? So, my pantheons of true love. Last card down in this. What's their most probable outcome, this timeline of this lifetime for the Leo collective? Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs watching this video, receiving this reading on the path of true love. I know it takes a while, but the next deck I lay on top of it, we'll do them one at a time, face up. Okay. All right. I'm going to be a little code wordy cliche here just because this is the vibe on here. You got the Scribe in the 8th, but you got the 6 of Cups, compassion in this deck, but I am feeling like this is about somebody from the past. Now, that's what I mean code wordy. 6 of Cups isn't always about that, but it can be about coming into emotional balance over perhaps some emotional situation from the past. This is inside use. This is very heart chakra for sure. And why I say this is because whoever's crossing your path, they got the Emperor / Hierophant. It's a feminist deck. They don't use masculine, patriarchal, I should say, imagery here. Pan, the healthy masculine energy, all the kings consolidated in the tarot, minor arcana, so to speak. That this is somebody who's really strong. This could be a father figure. And with the Liberator, though, it does feel like this is very throat chakra. That this is a talker here, or someone who is very, very decisive. But keep an eye on that shadow. You would know. They're like, come on! you know that vibe. Just did that before. It's the vibe I'm getting there. At the core of this, though, is the 10 of Blades, the 10 of Swords, which, everybody says, code word, betrayal, not here. This is the rattle. This is the passing of the talking stick. This is mental resolution. 10, completion of the numeric cycle of air, the mind. So it does feel like the two of you have put some puzzle pieces together about this relationship inside of yourself and come to some mental resolution. But I feel like separately. Like, it doesn't feel like it's something that's necessarily been discussed. It's something that you both kind of came to. But I do feel like you both need to hear each other out. The passing of the talking stick became very cliche in the 90s, but it's sort of an ancient ceremony. where you get the tribe together, in this case would be the two of you, or maybe in a counseling situation, could be that too, to balance things out. Very Ho'oponopono, original style OG Ho'oponopono, where you only talk if you have the rattle, and you have to pay attention to the person who holds the rattle, the talking stick. So it feels like you've come to some mental conclusions about this. Where is this coming from? Yeah, the Five of Cups. So you go from the 5 to the 6. So the storm to compassion. So of this raging storm, and there are some cups, 3 cups bobbing in the water upright. The other 2 are pretty much capsizing. And then you're sort of washed up on the beach, and, you know, symbolically or literally, there have been people to help you do this, the equal give and take of emotional support as well. All right, or as well as compassion for yourself. Compassion, it's a spectrum from selfish compassion to selfless compassion, and neither end are great, right? Selfish compassion all the time ends up turning into narcissism. Right? It's total selfish compassion all the time. You burn out, you become resentful because you're not filling up your own cup either. So it's that, this is what our relationships teach us, right? How to take care of ourselves emotionally here. And certainly going from the storm, and storms are 5s, are, you know, numbers of change, not necessarily transformation, but the skies are clearer, and we certainly see that here with you. And that would make sense if there's been some kind of counseling, putting it together, psychological, something about the mind engaging here. And maybe that's already being done on a subconscious level. And because the subconscious does work stuff out for us way before the conscious mind comes along. And what's crowning? The Death card. The Phoenix in this deck, more the rising from rather than the going to. This way she's got that like white toga, and pretty durable material, right? Rising from the ashes. I think that, considering that is the second major arcana card out of 5, that this Liberator coming in with this pan-masculine, divine masculine thing coming at you, the Liberator, that there's an opportunity to really transform this, for there to be a rebirth, because I'm not getting the going to, I'm getting the coming from the ashes, rising from here. Hence that 10 of Blades on the inner. It's sort of like, oh, right? When the last piece of puzzle hits the table and you go, oh, that's what that was all about. It feels like that's coming, but, you know, this is hovering. I mean, I don't know how much you can avoid major arcana cards. They're just things, they're places we walk through, stages in life we go through. All right. Well, your first court card here is the Cancerian card, which I have to say speaks of that 4th house, emotional, being at home in your own skin. Definitely a nurturance here. More of a mother vibe. That, however, that would be the King of Cups in traditional tarot. Namu, definitely that Mother of Cups, that nurturative, almost, the word just came into my head and went amniotic, like the, wow, why can't I remember that word? Oh, because my birthday is coming up on Monday, September 6th. Amniotic fluid, right? Right? That creative water, cardinal water. I mean, I do feel like there's an emotional maturity that's come as a result of this, whether this is, you know, next week, next month, next year. I don't think it's next life. I think it's way sooner than that. But you really come out of this a lot more emotionally stable, heart-centered here, which is good for a fire sign, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus, right? To balance the fire with the air. What's going on in your internal lesson here? You've got the opposite sign, Capricorn. Now, keep in mind, these are court cards, but they're inside you, right? The yin side, right? The divine feminine part, the part behind your eyes. So this is boundaries. This is clarity. This is slow and steady wins the race. That this lesson, probably you have been in this relationship with this person for a long time, could even be parental. And the lessons have been hard. It hasn't always been easy, right? You have, just like archetypes, you have relationships with certain people, soul contracts, if you will, a reason, a season, or a lifetime. This feels like at least a very, very long season, if not a lifetime. And so the lessons are being learned. I mean, Saturn is the teacher, but often the teacher of hard knocks. Nobody runs up a mountain. Not even a Capricorn, right? A goat runs up a mountain. Not those sheer ones, at least. You know, they can bounce around the meadows as much as they want me. But, you know, for the most part, no. There's a certain seriousness, but I will note where you're headed and what your lesson are opposite signs on the zodiac, but they're both cardinal. So this is the King of Pentacles, right? So you got the King of Cups, the King of Pentacles here, Cancer and Capricorn. So we are looking at an earth-water balance here as well, or at least this lesson, if you look at what the gods are trying to teach you inside, it is about value, it is about worth, it isn't about patience, which is not our favorite word, Leos, right? We can be a little Veruca Salt. Both, you know, Willy Wonka and the band from the 80s, because the C there is neither. Let's keep going. From the outside looking in, you're vibing as the High Priestess, though. You are pretty tuned in, tapped in, turned on to your own interior world, and that's a wonderful thing, right? Getting the information, getting the secrets, getting the downloads, but more on an emotional level. And honestly, if I'm to look at just your past, present, future, the horizontal line of the Celtic Cross, you go from the Five of Cups to the Six of Cups to essentially the King of Cups, not essentially. In other decks, that's exactly what that is. So that makes sense. So why wouldn't you be like, mm-hmm? You know, it's like you already know. You already know the tea. I think you already know the truth, but subconsciously you can feel it. Whether or not it has completely made its way up into the third eye, though, remains to be seen. What's your destiny here? Ace of Pentacles, a solid interior core of something healthy and wise. Inside, with Pentacles on the inner, is usually about wisdom that came as a result of action, right? Something in the world. You can have all the thoughts you want, all the beliefs you want, even the truth that you want. But until you put it into action, it's just knowledge, just air, right? This feels like there is a new beginning here for you, and I'm really feeling it has more to do with your own center, right? Like being centered, being solid, knowing your worth here. Like that's where you are. And this might be a reboot of something from the past as well, regardless of what it is. And we're not looking at the external yet. This is your internal dynamic. That the transformation that you're going through is certainly a spiritual one. But it is an emotional one as well, and one that waters that seed, that precious acorn that has the potential of an oak tree within it. And your outcome, you have, well, look, before I lay down the next deck, you got another court card on the inner, but it is your sign, Leo. Chantico, fixed fire, the Queen of Wands. I mean, she's a mother of blade. She's got a baby there, right? So she takes the cornmeal and the ingredients, you know, puts it together. But it ain't bread. She puts it in the oven, right? The domed oven there, fixed fire, a specific temperature, right? In order to transform it. So I feel like you're a force to contend with. All these zodiacal signs going on in your energy field inside of you. Again, they could be your planets, but they don't have to be. I mean, it would suggest, you know, if you have Saturn in, let's say Capricorn, which I think Saturn's in Capricorn. Didn't go retrograde, and it probably still is, whatever. It's like the weather. I don't have to pay too much attention to it, but I know usually what's going on. Moon signs are more important to me. Those change quickly. But going with the flow with this, I'm kind of getting this vibe that like you are really ending up more yourself than you were, which would make sense going through this. You think of burning away the impurities, right? Refinement, but like metal refinement. Let's see what this looks like on the outer. Come here. There we go. Mythic Tarot, this will complete the chakras, and the lower three chakras from the outside looking in or from the inside looking out, and oftentimes it is holographic because the inner, we project so much of it onto the outer. And then there's the reality creation process. Let's just have a look. Breathe. As I call upon my gods of fire and the sign of Leo, please. 10 cards, one at a time, face up. Lower 3 chakra dynamic for the Leo collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. I'm watching this video, receiving this reading. We got a Scribe and a Liberator on the table, and I'm really hearing very, very clearly there are going to be some people watching this who are going to really relate with both. And that would certainly make sense if this was a parental deal, either biological, you know, someone who raised you, so the behavior patterns, the archetypes might be similar. Either that or that there's a real mirroring vibe that I'm getting here. So please, outside looking in, we got the Scribe with compassion on the inner, and we've got the Knight of Swords, the Gemini card. So yeah, this is mutable air, communication. Well, or communication, but like I said, nobody needs to know about it, not in the shady sense, but like the Scribe archetype. This could be writing things down. This could be collecting information, writing it down, and taking notes and keeping receipts. Let's see, this Liberator crossing them with the Pan card, the Emperor and the Hierophant as one. And we've got the Two of Wands, a crossroads and indecision. Does Jason go into the Rose Quartz Cave and speak with Chiron, the Centaur, the Kentor, and accept the journey, the hero's journey of the Golden Fleece? Will he refuse the call, or will he take the call of the hero's journey here? So it feels like this is definitely a thing that has put you on hold before with that Storm card in your past, but we'll get there. What is this Ten of Blades on the inner about? Please, on the outer, just a clue, a tip, a hint. Right? If it's in the subconscious, they go, maybe, and then later it will make sense. What's going on here, please? The Fool, Dionysus, minus Thrisis in this pick, ready to jump off the cliff. I think there is a real ending on the inner and a brand new beginning here, and of course that reflects itself on in your internal destiny. I think you get a sense that there's another go-around with this person. That's Six of Cups. I don't really like saying Six of Cups is always about a come-back readings, but it feels like this is. This, again, could be a reoccurring character in your life, or it could be, you know, someone that really is family, a lifelonger. Not really necessarily getting the romantic vibe, though, but we'll see. This Five of Cups in the past, please. What's that look like on the outer? Six of Cups. Your first double whammy of the deck. Got Six of Cups on the inner in your cover position, and now this is on the outer. Well, I'm going to say the emotional turmoil that you went through probably is because either regrets or you've been missing this person. Again, it could be anybody, right? Let's not nail it down into romance right away in a general read when there are plenty of cards that will make that beyond a doubt if that's what's going on. And if it is for you. That's what watching a general read is about. So, okay, I get that emotional upset, that change of emotion within themselves, stormy waters, kind of looking back over the past, thinking about this person, and here they come. At the crossroads. Now, with that Liberator thing, if they're really coming in to tell you some truth so that you can, really the light side here, free yourself from outmoded beliefs, releasing negative thought patterns, maybe giving you the truth. But you with the Knight of Swords, it feels like you're the one that's going to bust the move on that. You're going to be the one that communicates. The Chariot at the bottom of the deck. You watch my readings. I never do bottom of the deck unless I really see it. Unless they like turn my hand. It's still there. Here we go. All right, my gods. What's going on? Oh my gods. That Phoenix hovering here. And I get it. I get it. With the Fool on the inner here, so to speak, the subconscious, like they might not even be aware of that they're right on the edge of that cliff. But there's a transformation that can go down here first, right? That what's this look like in the crown? Damn it, Nine of Cups. Nine of Cups certainly is about emotional fulfillment within your own self first. And another person who's also doing that, then you got the Ten of Cups. But I don't know, I do feel like that cliche, that tarot cliche of wish fulfillment, it is that moment. It feels like things have really changed on the inside not just changed, transformed. Water can turn back into ice, right? Or ice can melt into water. But you can't unburn a cookie, right? It's like, this is a transformation. And it feels like, at least for you, I mean, maybe you're coming off as sort of like the Nine of Cups wish fulfillment here, because you've really got your emotional game together as a result of walking the path of true love and as a result of dealing with this person. I mean, unless the person you've been thinking about in the past is totally different from this one, but I'm not getting that. I am not getting that at all. What's this Cancerian card inside of them? The Mother of Cups on the inner. What's that look like on the outer? The Chariot. The Chariot. It does feel like this is going to move fast, and that you're emotionally balanced and mature to handle it. At least to communicate with that Knight of Swords, the Gemini card on the outer here. They're just telling me to keep going. Let's get this whole picture on the table. There's the cross. What's the staff? Their lesson, not easy with that Capricorn there. But, you know, it is about knowing their worth and taking their time and being patient about this. Not necessarily the Leo bailiwick, the Hierophant. So I'll say you got a double whammy, that you got Chiron twice. Here he is as the Hierophant. He's actually in the cave. I don't know if you can see him. So this is you really, 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 really up-leveling. Whatever your spiritual practice is, or your, because I'm going to say the Scribe archetype, creative family archetype there, whatever it is your skill is that you have developed, slow and steady wins the race. Because Pasoe, sorry I didn't do this before, Pasoe, the Buffalo woman, Capricorn, the Crone of Blades here, is the teacher, is the way shower. Now, this might be somebody in the outside, maybe this Liberator. Now, this changes the context. This could be this Liberator crossing your path, who might be a teacher, a healer, a leader. Certainly with that Pan card on the inside, right? The Emperor Hierophant there. So really, there are 3 Hierophants on the table here. And it's very Capricorn energy, what your lesson is on the inside. I don't feel like you need to be screaming at the top of your lungs what's going on inside of you, though. You're still putting that together. That Ten of Blades on the inner. The Priestess, right? There it is. That Priestess on the inside. What's going on the outside? Yeah, 3 of Wands. I think you're willing to wait. You're willing to go through the process. Now, waiting doesn't mean you do nothing. This can be loyalty. This can be saying, no, I've made my decision of what I am going to do, right? In Maiden, Mother, and Crone, this is the Priestess, the Maiden in this deck. The Empress is the Mother, the Hermit is the Crone, the Wise One. This is like holding to your stillness, your silence, your truth, your intuition, your spiritual alignment, and saying that's really more important than anything else here. I will be loyal to my ethics. I will be loyal to what I'm getting directly from Spirit, not necessarily all what you're selling. But also there can be a sense of dedication here, not just to the path, but a willingness to learn. And with that Scribe, really leave some sort of trail behind you, if that makes sense. Particularly if you're a healer, teacher, kind of vibey too. Alright. Which also certainly reframes that Ace of Pentacles in a different way in their destiny. This could be a creative project gestating in their heart, third eye crown. Creative intuition. What's that look like on the outer? Please. That could even, yes, it's giving birth, gestating birth symbolically. Well, the Judgment card, Hermes. Hermes is Psychopomp, guide of souls to the underworld, not always so much back. You gotta find your own way back. I mean, unless you had a special dispensation, oh no, let's not let that one come out unless it's really meant to. Now, the vibe I get on that is, again, you know, something revealed, revelation, something, yes, and of course reconciliation, resurrection, redemption. And I just smiled that there is a new beginning here, but it is a rebirth. Like you've got if you take the Phoenix opportunity here, crowning, and take your time, and keep doing your own inner alchemy here, you become so steady and solid that whatever is revealed here, I mean, it's a big destiny card, the Judgment card. I mean, the original iconography really goes to the Book of Revelations. Gabriel's horn and all of that, where what was hidden was revealed, but as a result comes a reconciliation and a final judgment. And that judgment coming from that place of either really like, this feels solid, it feels potential, it feels like a healthy thing, then that's a really good place to be on the path of true love. And particularly ending 10th position, the Leo card, fixed fire, Queen of Wands on the inner, being authentic, right? Knowing who you are, and particularly throat chakra, knowing not just what you want, but what you will power, and what you won't power. Please, with the boundaries, totally get it. All right, so from the outside looking in, last card down for this, and then we'll go into Oracle land. There you go, Two of Cups. It's romantic. Okay. Had to be the last card down. But there is a new beginning here. And look, it could be somebody brand new comes into your life as a result of what you went through. Like, this person could be a therapist, right? Could be a teacher, healer, you know, somebody with some sort of authority, but that is coming to help liberate you. Could be a family, you know what I mean? It could be anybody, like I said. Does have that fatherish vibe to it, but I'm not talking about bodily gender and genetics in that particular sense. All right. Whispers of Love Oracle. What's the higher selves got to say about this? Breathe. I'll save that for later. Stick a pin in that, please. We'll talk about that after the reading. The higher selves of all involved. Oh man, these decks are like magical tools. All I gotta do is hold them. One card in clarity for the Leo collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs watching this video, receiving this reading from both higher selves here. The higher selves of all involved. 5th dimension and above, 8th chakra and above. What is the Whisper of Love? The Party Turner deck for this Leo collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign watching this video, receiving this reading on the path of true love. Please clarify what's going on here. 2 cards can tell from the higher selves. It's good to have that tactile intuition, please. From the highest point of view we can handle, what's the Whisper of Love for the Leo collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign, this Scribe and this Liberator? Consider your foundation. You are being asked to look at love, to look at how committed you are to love. Yeah. Yeah, that's what's on the table. Now, again, I'm going to say 2 of Cups. Yeah, some people can interpret that, and certainly they would be rightly so. There can be an emotional attraction between 2 people. It's only a 2 on the outer here. It's why it could be somebody new walking in. But then as a result of a lot of healing and boundary setting, either with somebody else or this is indeed a come around, and really only you can know that. That's why book me for a private reading. You tell me their name and their sun sign. I can go in. I'm not allowed to see stuff that I'm not supposed to see, though. I'm going to wear these cords. My vows. Wouldn't it be nice to have an animal spirit or a totem to walk with you on the hero's journey of the path of true love? Well, you do. Everybody does. That's why we're going to use the Divine Animals Oracle by Stacy DeMarco. I love her name. Oh my god. I feel like I went to school with her. We must have had coffee at the mall or something. Stacy DeMarco, the Divine Animals Oracle. Now, there's a difference between a totem and a spirit animal. The easiest way I can say it is if you ever watched the show Lassie or any of the movies. There are a lot of Lassies, right? Well, so those are the spirit animals, each one Lassie. But then there's the totem of the dog, which is like all dog soul. It's a weird way to say it, but I think you get what I mean. So let's see who's walking with you. Please take a nice deep breath. Oh, I need the magnifying glass for this one. I forgot. Micro font. Breathe. Sounds like one of the Holmes brothers. Sherlock, Mycroft, and Microfont. Like the Hierophant, but really teeny, teeny, tiny. Yeah, I got a tune for this, don't I? It's just a different vibe. As I call upon the animal spirits and totems for the Leo collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign watching this video, receiving this reading. Honestly, this does not feel bad. I mean, it feels like the worst is over. Really, nothing in the future here looking so horrible. In fact, a lot of strength came out of this for the Leo collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign on the path to true love. So please, what is the animal magic, the divine animal oracle message they need? This scribe with the Liberator. Peacock! Peacock! You big peacock. It's so Leo. What do you, well, I have no idea what you're talking about. Thorpe. Okay. Card number 39. Oh, how very NBC of you. 35. Look, it's in numeric order. They're making me do math. They're making me do math. 38. These are long. 39. Now, there's a lot of information in this book. Look how thick this thing is. So I'm just going to read you like the key words and then the paragraph, it's not long, called The Magic. Please take a nice deep breath. Card number 39. Peacock. Prosperity. Okay. Prosperity is coming to you. A flow of abundance is on its way. Now, just stick a pin. Looking at the Earth cards here, noticing only one. All right, not that that's all about money, but prosperity then, that is not all about money. Proserpina, Italian name for Persephone, the goddess of prosperity. Expect a new income stream. Clear the energy in your home or office. Do not be afraid of success. You can rise from difficult circumstances. Well, we definitely have that on the table. Just not sure. You know, that, again, that financial part of it. They're really putting prosperity in that way, and I get it. I mean, the peacock is the totem bird, one of the totem birds of Hera, the queen of the gods, right? Definitely, we're going to talk prosperity. It's very aristocracy vibe of it, though, the queen. But okay, but Persephone is the queen of the underworld. Totally different kind of wealth, right? You know, gems, minerals, you know, oil, natural gas, frickin' the magic. Oh, okay, and you see, this is that, but that idea of the peacock shedding its tail. Peacock magic is shimmering and rich. It is the energy you call upon when you need more abundance in all areas of your life. Like the goddess Lakshmi, oh, I guess that's the face in the center. Like the goddess Lakshmi, the peacock represents beauty and pure light. So when you need to clear your space, call upon this iridescent power. The peacock. Give me a sec. I mean, with all you've been through, and say, well, that's true. There's also that Capricorn thing here. But to think of that shimmering, that is the vibe I'm getting here. Is you sort of like turning the party, right? Just being like, I'm here. I'm here. Like everything that you need is being given to you. All right. To understand and see the prosperity that's already in your life, which, you know, gratitude journals and all of that, which maybe as a scribe, that's not a bad idea to start writing stuff down that you're thankful for. But that prosperity comes in so many different ways, different than abundance, because you can have an abundance of anything. What does it mean to prosper? That there's something here about this relationship, particularly with that seed in the destiny position, and that authenticity at the end there with the Two of Cups that says this, I don't like using the word lucrative, but I guess that's the word. There's a luxury about this somehow that I don't understand because it's a little out of sync with all the water here. Do you see what I'm saying? It's like a very emotional read, at least for the Leo. So let's see. Last card down. The Matt Kahn Healing Mantra deck. We're going to ask the Ascended Masters of True Love for the healing mantra to kind of, you know, because you need a mantra on the journey, right? Don't have a cow, man. Here's my mantra. Please take a nice deep breath. Yeah, that peacock threw me. I got thrown by a peacock. Breathe. Okay, all right, I hear you. One card in clarity, please. The Ascended Masters of True Love. One card in clarity for the Leo Collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs watching this video, receiving this reading. What is perfect healing mantra for the Leo in this Scribe Liberator contract? I never take them when they jump. They're telling me to. On the timeless path of true love, acknowledging apprehension. When it's a yes, nothing can stop me. When I'm unsure, it's always a no. Acknowledge your apprehension here. And I'm wondering if what's going on here has to do with money. Ooh, it's very second chakra though. Second chakra is umbilical relationships, one-on-one relationships, and your relationship with the energy field of money. And, you know, like people can get an inspiration and, oh, I'm going to bring it into action. We're going to make it happen. Until it hits that second chakra, it's like, wait, how much money is this going to cost? Right? We've all done it. Abort the mission, right? Spit it out. I get the apprehension. I'm going to read it from the bookie book, but I have to say, I have lived by this mantra. Pretty much not every day, but pretty close to at least give myself the breathing space to acknowledge I'm apprehensive. Slow down. Take your time with this. And I think that you are willing to wait and be loyal to your truth, to what you're getting inside of yourself. Acknowledging apprehension, because the ego is apprehensive. Right, the soul acknowledges. So to acknowledge apprehension is really quite the lovely healing implosion of that. It would be nice if I remember the alphabet. It's a long one. Acknowledging apprehension. When it's a yes, nothing can stop me, very Leo. But if I'm unsure, it's always a no. And I like to add to that, at least for now. Right, at least for now, it's a no. I'm feeling apprehensive. Right now, the answer is no. But we see. When apprehension is acknowledged, you become aware of a constant back and forth between polarities. As this back and forth movement occurs, it can feel nearly impossible to make decisive, empowering choices. Now, the empowering choice is one that aligns the truth in your head and the love in your heart. So what's the throat chakra thing? That needs to be done here. And with that Knight of Swords covering you, it feels like you're gearing up to say something. As you acknowledge any apprehension, recognize that either it is your heart trying to warn you of an old choice or pattern you're about to repeat. With that Six of Cups double whammy, that does not shock me. Or it is a sense of unworthiness that makes you unsure about how to step onto the biggest stage you dream of commanding. And I kind of feel like in your destiny it's there. So it's like 6 of one, half dozen of the other. Right? Take your time. There's something here about taking a leap here. And I think it's fine to have apprehension while you're still putting the puzzle pieces together, right? The power of discernment bubbles closer to the surface the more often your apprehensions are acknowledged, and it is needed to determine which of these two options to choose. And I feel like that's this High Priestess with the 3 of Wands on the outer. This mantra is ideal for resolving indecisiveness, and I think you're dealing with somebody else's indecisiveness unless you are the liberator here. Then that is specifically for the crosswatcher, whoever, whatever. Where do we go? Balancing impulsive behaviors. Capricorn. And trusting your instincts. Yeah. Look, again, is this romantic? I'm going to say with that 2 of Cups, probably for the majority. And my guides know why people are watching YouTube reads, particularly true love reads, right? Why wouldn't it be? But to really, really acknowledge, part of loving yourself is saying, something feels off here. I don't know. I'm not ready yet. I may not, right? But if it's a yes, nothing can stop a Leo. But if you're unsure, make it a no for now. No for now. I need time. Here's my boundary. And if this is somebody like, come on, walk the fuck away. Don't go, come for me, you better sharpen your claws. Thank you, Bob the Drag Queen. Let me put it together for you. This does make sense. Please take a nice deep breath. As I call upon the collective pantheons of true love to please bless the Leo collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs watching this video, receiving this reading with all that they need. On the path of true love to preserve the knowledge and information that they have gained on the path thus far, as well as freeing themselves and others from outmoded beliefs, releasing negative thought patterns. This lesson they find themselves in with compassion, with an emotional balance inside of themselves. A lot of healing has gone on here, and maybe with that Knight of Swords there, they're going to tell people about it, or at least journal it, keep the receipts. With this Liberator crossing their path, which could be domineering on the inside, but nonetheless, there's a good feeling there of some solidity. Definitely that divine masculine vibe here, but with the Two of Swords, not exactly sure which choice they will make at the crossroads, because there is a new beginning here that I think either they're both aware of and don't want to look at, maybe one more than the other there, but that the pieces of the puzzle are coming together, hence that apprehension of just teetering right on the edge of that cliff of a whole new beginning here, particularly with that Ace of Pentacles in Destiny. But in the past, there is emotional turmoil that it looks like the Leo processed, healed through, but probably connected it to past patterns as well, either with this person, or this could be a father issue, particularly if it is a boss situation, right? Particularly with that Emperor Hierophant vibe there, a teacher thing that is now just playing itself out with a different person, but similar dynamics in order to heal something, which is what the path of true love is. And hovering here is a deep internal transformation that really could yield their wish fulfillment, at least that Nine of Cups. Just like the Nine of Pentacles, they've got their own physically, they've got their own emotionally. That there is a strength and independence here as a result of the fires of transformation, no joke. But as a result, they come out of this as the King of Cups in this case, the Mother of Cups, the nurturer. Really the perfect complement emotionally to the Emperor in the emotional sense. And yet inside of them, their lesson is the opposite, the King of Pentacles, but that earth water balance. And with this Chariot card matched with that Knight of Swords, this is gonna go fast. Like, there is going to be a lot of emotional momentum, but healthy, balanced, mature. And I suggest they don't pull the trigger until they do, because they got Capricorn on the inner in their lesson. This was not easy. This is take time, slow down, even though, well, in the Chariot, they might still be apprehensive. One horse wanting to go yes, one horse wanting to go no, because the emotional maturity kind of acknowledging both of those and saying, yeah, hear all of those individual voices, but take your time, because there is a teaching, healing element here. It is a double whammy with that Pan card, because it is both the Emperor and the Hierophant in Daughters of the Moon. And from the outside looking in, I get the patience there. I get the loyalty on the outer, but this real tuned in alignment going on, at least with that sense of visionary intuition. Not just creative, not just survival, but visionary. Really getting, no, there's something bigger going on here. There is something bigger going on here, something more important. I have to be really solar plexus, Three of Wands, loyal to my honor code here, because there is something of great potential here that I could crack under my heel, or I could nurture into something that would be very prosperous with that peacock, right? Out of one acorn, if that acorn is planted and tended and allowed its full life cycle, it will shed billions of acorns, right? I should know, I have trees all over the place where I live. Happy squirrels, lots of nuts. They're just nuts, those squirrels. And with this Judgment card, man, something is either brought back from the dead here, which that Phoenix card here certainly could look that way, or something is revealed here where a final judgment is made. And I gotta say, with that Leo card on the inner and this Two of Cups on the outer. There is certainly a romantic vibe to that and a reunion here of some kind, or at least a meeting of hearts, a mutual attraction to begin again. But are they ready to begin again? Well, they need to consider their foundation. They're being asked to look at how committed they are to love, and there is this peacock vibe of prosperity here, that they may be going through a time of many different forms of prosperity within their own life, that's walking along with them, that magic. So they should help them acknowledge their apprehension, to be loving to themselves, to be compassionate to themselves. With the Gemini, the twins, one might be saying yes, one might be saying no. With this Chariot card, one might be wanting to go this way, one might be going that way. So by all means, to either hunker down into the healing that they're in, or they will know when it's a yes, nothing will stop them. But when they are unsure, it is always a no, at least for now. So that they may heal, they may grow, they may find the courage that they truly are as Leos to walk the path of true love, becoming the love that they truly are. And really in that, not just healing themselves, the other person, and anybody else involved, but healing all of life. For as one of us heals, all of us heal. For there is only one of us here, appearing as billions of characters on a lovely little holographic planet called Planet Earth, where the path of true love is just how it upgrades it all, for the well-being of all, and with harm to none, as we will it. So let it be done. So mote it be. So it is. I would definitely say this is what you call a mixed bag read. I think you're going to get what you want, interestingly enough. Reason, season, or lifetime, that's tarot for you. But the spiritual growth is absolutely on the table here, particularly in terms of healing your emotions. Worth it. And what comes after this Two of Cups? You'll have to see. It is a timeless read. Otherwise, my beloved Leos, you'll want to look at this relationship with me, then book a reading with Mel. Read the link. Watch the link down below. Check out my book, Words of Grace, too. Oh, and it's my birthday on Monday. If you want to, Monday, September 6th. Want to give me a birthday gift? Buy my book. Read my book. Review my book. Even if you hate it, review my book. I don't care. Otherwise, wishing you all the very, very best and the very, very blessed, my beloved, lovely Leo, Leonine, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs now. Farewell, and blessed, blessed be.